So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and welcome to another live trading webinar. How is everyone doing today? Anything exciting? Did you start taking any trades early this morning or not yet? So, hello, Cherry. Hello, guys. Welcome. Good morning. So let's dive into this live session. So just to make sure that everyone understands that this content is for general information only and is not intended to provide trading or investment advice or any kind of personal recommendations. Just to make sure you remember to download and listen to the weekly trading podcast where I analyze all the news and bring them to you in the simplest way. So let's have a look now. The major news for the day, if you prefer that. Today is Tuesday, and as per our calendar here, there are no major news events. They consider as medium impact, let's put it that way. The retail sales in Australia, expectations were it was something 1.8 if I remember, and they expect them to go to 0.4%, but the actual came as 0.2%. So we will have a look at the charts and see how the Australian dollar reacted. Also, we're going to have the Bank of England and the European Central Bank speech today. That will be interesting to listen, let's say, the outcome at the end. I mean, I'm not going to just sit here and trying to listen every single word they're going to use during their speeches. Premium Analytic Portal. So today's top headline: Fed's bar calls Silicon Valley Bank a textbook case of mismanagement. Wow. Dutch bank stock price rebounds even as worries persist. US and Japan strike deal on minerals used in batteries for electric cars. Transport strike brings much of Germany to standstill. And the last one, Russia supplies Iran with cyber weapons as military cooperation grows, and Disney eliminates its metaverse division as part of company's layoffs plan. So after Amazon, we have now Disney to go with the layoff plans. Guys, anything on your watch list? Any pair you currently watching? Please let me know. And let's go straight to the MetaTrader platform. That's this one here. Bear with me. Sometimes it does it. Guys, bear with me for a second. I will restart the platform. So golden as USD, JPY, and gold. Yes, we'll go through that. Please, Dow Jones on daily chart. Good morning, good morning. DAX 40, thank you. Definitely we'll have a look. So let's start with the euro against the US dollar. As we mentioned on yesterday's webinar, this market, it looks like that it's moving in a higher highs until it's going to retest this area of resistance. And after this point here, we don't know what's going to happen. So for now, the only reference we have is that the market is just moving higher. And if it's going to break for intraday traders, that's your point of reference. For end of day traders, of course, it's this area of resistance up here. Next one, euro US dollar. This nice support hold after the retracement. So we had this high here, higher high. The price came right at the support, retest, false break, didn't close below, as you can see, and just moved away from that. It's the second day, and the price is making already higher high. So we do expect to see some sort of continuation, at least until this area here. For intraday traders, of course, for end of day traders, we target this resistance. Goding, you said that my screen is not clear. What about now? Please let me know. Guys, is the screen clear for the rest of you? Just to make sure. So the screen is not clear. No. Okay. Not clear here. Oh, guys, thank you so much for your feedback. I will have a look at that. I really don't know why the screen is not clear. It's something that I have to look later. What about those who are watching from YouTube? Guys, please let me know if the screen is clear. Maybe it's the background. So far, those who watch us from Zoom, they kind of have a problem with the screen. What about now, guys? It depends on the network. It's clear on YouTube. Okay. So if it's clear on YouTube, internet connection is bad. Oh. Guys, I don't know if I will connect to another network that might be much better. I don't know if I'm going to lose the connection with the live stream. So please be patient for today. Thank you for letting me know. So from tomorrow, I'll make sure if I change the network, maybe we're gonna lose the signal from the YouTube. So I will leave it for today, and yes, I'll leave it for today, and then from tomorrow I will make sure the network is gonna be supportive. So Australian dollar against the US dollar, the market reacted more in favor of the Australian dollar regardless the negative retail sale news. What we can understand from this information is that the US dollar is extremely weak. USD CHF right in the middle of nowhere pretty much. I would like to see the price to come right at this support or at this resistance. USD Canadian dollar, that's the 4-hour chart. This area didn't hold, and of course the market is going to try to push lower. The next area, if we go to the weekly chart, our next area of support for swing traders is down here. Actually is down at this point. For intraday traders, I prefer to trade this as an intraday activity during the New York session, because both currencies, the US dollar and the Canadian dollar, are performing better when their cash markets are active. The Kiwi also is trying to push higher, although a bit mixture this area here. USD JPY at this support. Yesterday the market finds some good solid buying activity and it just plumped higher. Today we don't know what is going to happen. It looks like that so far the market participants disagree on the higher prices. If we're going to close with this bullish engulfing, keep an eye on that, because we are at an area of support. We are coming from a downtrend at an area of support, so we might see this market coming all the way here in about 50 pips. So please keep an eye on that for some intraday activity. Nothing wrong with that if we don't have any long-term bias and we find some just intraday activities that fit within the price action and the overall content. We can just simply trade that. Remember, we speculate on the price and we are not here to buy and hold or to sell and hold for weeks and years. I mean, it's we are trading and we bet on either direction without need to be in a trade for very long time. Okay. For you, Dashhan, actually it's Theodoros instead of Theopolis. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. It's always great to see you here, like all the rest of the participants, the traders. Let's move on. Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen. This solid support here. It got forced break at this point, and the market is just moving away from that support. Let's check the 4-hour chart. That was the swing. Let me bring this one. So we had this lower high and lower low. False break at this support. The market moved away with a solid price action. So it's kind of a development of an inverse head and shoulder, as you can see from this activity. Left shoulder, head. Maybe this is going to be the right shoulder, and we can have a target if we measure this distance here, which I will do it right now. So 200 pips, it match with this area of resistance. Now, this is in case we're going to break outside of this area, okay? And it's supported by the daily chart. Also, it's supported by this double bottom on the weekly chart, or double bottom on the daily chart, however you prefer. Euro JPY mixed here and mess. Pound JPY at this support, from resistance to support. Nothing very clear, nothing to stand out. Why you not say Euro US pound is the all? Would you not say Euro USD, Pound USD, Australian dollar USD or are set to shoot up significantly. Look, if they're gonna set to shoot up significantly, we're gonna see it on the chart, but for now the only information we see is what's available on us. And as we said, they're gonna at least the minimum distance they're gonna travel is to find their next resistance, because we are moving higher away from their support. But I wouldn't say much for the Australian dollar, as I make it clear, rather than the pound and the euro, because they already made a higher high, an uptrend, and that shows strength in these two currencies. CHF, JPY, nothing here really, not clear. Last night, surprisingly, we closed with really 5% increased rally on the crude oil, and that's due to some activities took place. I forget the country. Anyway, I forget the country. So that's the information we have in front of us. I do believe so that the market at some point it's gonna find its resistance and move to the downside, but that's very early to talk about that. I would like to see some rejection here around the 61.8% fib retracement, this area here. So let's keep an eye on that. We are in a downtrend. The news, they just help the price to either retrace or move in the predominant direction faster. So I'm waiting for this area here to be retested, false break, and maybe look to sell it. Also, here is an order block for order block traders. We do have this order block here. Let me mark it. Let's mark it on the chart. So this one here, if we go down to the 4-hour chart, although we can find it in a more compact and significant way, that's this one here. If we don't stop, then reverse another order block on the 4-hour chart, because we had this move to the upside prior the move to the downside. So this is a strong area of resistance. Now I wouldn't really go with sell limit orders here, because I believe in terms of order block there is stronger order blocks higher. But rather than, if I see a reversal price activity here, I will be interested to participate in this market as a seller. And gas just hovering around this support. And gold, of course, as yesterday we mentioned during this live webinar, the gold was trading somewhere here, and I mentioned that this support for intraday traders will be the target, and the market gave some good activities until this support. Then we closed lower yesterday. Today we retest and rejected this intraday resistance, and for intraday traders, if we're gonna still sell, we will target this area here, or at least we are gonna get in and out until the price will come and tap onto this support zone. All right, we came from this minor double. In technical analysis, we don't call this double top really, because it didn't take, it took not even 1 week to develop. Within a week, it's a very short-term pattern. So we just simply don't call it as a double top. Now, if your chart of reference is a 4-hour though, then definitely you have a nice double top here, because the time it takes to create, it was on the relatively to the 4-hour chart, it took many and many candles until its formation. Okay, so for those who wonder how to read it sometimes, now it's time to check the indices, of course. Darshan, yes, everyone else watching us from Zoom, they are facing some issues with the image today. And if you guys say that it's due to my internet connection, and I mentioned that I don't want to change it right now because maybe the whole live will stop. All right, and because it's a live stream, I think I won't be able to restart the same live stream again. So please be patient just for today. From tomorrow, of course, it's going to be a different scenario. DAX, yesterday we were long on the DAX. Today the price made a higher high, so we're going to most likely look for longs as well if we're going to have a break to the upside. FTSE, it closed with a nice bullishness at this point, but again, in the overall, the market retraced all this activity here in a strong uptrend. The market will retrace most likely maximum around 78% of its total impulsive move. In this case, if we take this as the higher high, it retraces 100% of the move, and we don't take it in consideration as a valid trend continuation. We're gonna start looking for long-term positions if we're going to have a break above this high here. But if someone take this impulse move as the reference from here to there, it means the fib retracement, it's going to come around here 61.8%, and with a stop loss, let's say at the 78.6%. So this can be taken in consideration as a valid retracement. And again, guys, remember, it doesn't mean that if the price touched at resistance, necessarily it's going to reverse and going to create a trend reversal to the downside. Dow Jones, 4-hour chart. Market is tapping into this area of resistance. However, the sellers, after this bearish engulfing, they were unable to continue their selling activity. That means we can see the market most likely rallying higher. But again, we are in between of this trend line resistance and this horizontal resistance. So price, it's like sandwiching at this area here, and we have to wait to see if the price is going to break outside of these resistances, because at this point maybe there are lots and lots of orders waiting to be executed, and what the market usually does, it takes stop losses from here before it continues to the downside. And why it takes stop losses from here? Because some people, they are hurried to sell it here with a tight stop loss to get 25 to 1. They think one trade is going to buy them a house, it's going to buy them a horse, it's going to buy them a dog, it's going to buy them a jet ski, a snowboarding, whatever it's going to buy them. Okay, but that's not the case. We don't just know what is going to happen at any particular trade. So better, as smart traders we are, wait for some clarity If the price is going to break higher, we're going to wait to see the clear break, and then we're going to look. We can go to the lower time frames and look for ways to start doing higher highs, higher lows on the lower time frames. Or if we want to necessarily trade the daily chart, we can wait for some retracement back to this area, and we can either use the lower time frames or even the daily chart to buy and hold until the next area of resistance. That's how we better trade this. S&P 500, similar scenario. Also, at this case, the price is just trying to make higher highs here. It's very early to talk about trend reversal because we are technically within this short-term activity. We are in this downtrend channel or downtrend trend line, downtrend market. All right, so we want to see the price simply breaks outside and give us some clues if we're gonna start buying. But as for now, the overall activity is down, and most traders, they may looking to sell rather than to buy. Of course, aggressive retail traders, they believe that okay, the market retraced a lot, this bearish engulfing didn't work, so I have to start buying. It doesn't mean because we estimate that this bearish engulfing most likely is a false bearish engulfing and it didn't work, it doesn't necessarily give us the confirmation or the guarantee to know that buyers are in control. No, maybe the price is going to just sideways until it's going to decide to push to the downside or to the upside. We don't know that information. Only thing we know is that this bearish engulfing looks like it didn't work to the downside, but at the same time, this price is within this downtrend and this bearish engulfing, so we don't have any clues to start buying this market. Is it clear? Everyone understands? Nasdaq, some weakness from this resistance yesterday, so that's a bearish engulfing technically candle. If we will see some more weakness here, I believe Nasdaq, from the indices, I believe the Nasdaq will show the weakness more due to this bearishness of the yesterday's close. And Bitcoin, we had this bearish engulfing yesterday. I believe that the market has more room to for retracements. Okay, so we want to keep an eye on that and see when we see some nice dip, we can start looking for buys. Okay. Back to the DAX. Let's check the 5 minutes. We have this nice impulse break. Oh, I didn't catch it. So that's a buy stop. Come on. I pressed the wrong execution here. It's a buy stop order, but I pressed mistakenly the sell. I was trying to change my lot size. Anyway, I'm not in a trade. I'm not gonna run after the price. So that's our buy stop. If you guys placed some orders underneath here, so they are not valid. Market already gave 15 points, so you decide if that trade is still valid for you. I believe traders, they buy here, they have stop losses underneath this area of support, but that's a fast scalping. And remember, you always protect your money first, and then you make money with the market on the move. That was a very fast and very cool trade. Okay, so guys, really apologies for the for that technicality in Zoom. Tomorrow, if it's internet connection related, tomorrow it's going to be fixed, so no worries about that. All right, I think we're going to call it for the day. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a privilege for you one more time. I hope you gained a lot of value. Please remember to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. I wish you happy trading today, and I look forward to see you again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you so much, everyone.